It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? First and foremost, I give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem B'Kakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, teach us His truth according to the Bible, and who rule well. Another shalom, all the sincere Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth through diligence and sincerity and in charity. And last but not least, another shalom, which is peace to all you sincere followers, believers of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, not just hearers of the word, but doers as well, you men, women, and children, and hopefully elect. Shalom. All right. And, we always go into prophecy, which is the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Revelation 19 and 10. All right. And, I brought this out because these things are coming, but us in the know, all right, and those, that are new to this faith, all right, we're going to have to put our trust in the Lord, and that's what this lesson is going to be about, trust. Because at the end of the day, everything is going to fail. 2/3 of our people, they put their trust in the sword and food and man, all that's going to fail them. At the end of the day, we're going to have to rely on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, man. All right. Ezra was seeing a vision here. And he was saying destruction, because when you go into that word woe means destruction. He said, who will deliver me in those days? Those days is talking about now. And you know that the prophet Ezra knew about reincarnation. All right. Coming back in the flesh. So I'm going to read on and read again. 2nd Ezra 16 and 17, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Because these are telltale signs when the Lord is going to, right before the Lord comes, things are going to be happening on the earth. All right? That's how we know that we're fastly approaching the end of Esau, Edom, the wicked, according to Malachi 1 and 4, Job 9 and 24, that his reign is coming to an end. It says the beginning of sorrows, verse 18, and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars. And that's how this place was established. That's what people don't understand. The way America was established is the way it's going to go out. Rape, robbery, and murder. A lot of mourning, a lot of famine and death and war. That's how this place was established, man. People forgot the history of America, and it's going to go out the exact same way. It says, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, bad times. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right, trust in the Lord. Matter of fact, before we get some trust scriptures, let's go to one of my favorites. And these are all plain scriptures. This is Luke 21. And I'll start at 34. It says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts, which means your mind, be overcharged with suffering and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unaware. See, that's the mindset of a lot of our people. All right. They're drunken off the ways of this society. Live your life, YOLO, all these different types of false religions and doctrines. All right. That doesn't talk about prophecy. And it's going to come upon them unawares. What's going to come? The day of the Lord. Because if you're not in this truth, Christianity doesn't prophesy what's going to happen in the last days. They're not going to tell you what's getting ready to befall, our people. the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, wherever they are scattered. All right, mainly here in America, but we are scattered in all nations. So if you're a so-called Asian, a so-called African, a so-called white man, all right, so-called Indian, all right, Arab, whatever, if your spirit resonates with this word and you believe, all right, you're an Israelite, because we are in all these nations, man, according to the curses that the Lord will put on us. So it says, verse 35, for as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. All right, so it's going to be a trap for the ones of our people who are pretty much in a non-seeking the Lord spirit, and a party spirit, and a murphing up spirit, okay, not taking heed to his prophets, stalwart our head apostles and elders of great millstone. Here's the point, verse 36, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. And that's a major thing right there, man. Knowing these things are coming down the pipeline, we need to be watching for these prophecies, so that what? It doesn't come upon us unawares. And what's that major prophecy? The grain of rice. The Strong's G5480, Karagma. Right? Karagma. That's that major prophecy that we're looking for, man. It says, Luke 21:36, watch ye therefore and pray always. Never stop praying. Because we're in hell. We need the Lord, man. We don't have it. That ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. All right. And as well as praying, you have to understand that, look, we have to trust in the Lord, man. And matter of fact, I'll just get it. This is Sirach 2:10. It says, wow, this whole chapter is it's good, man. This whole chapter is good. But let's get to the point. Sirach 2:10. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? That's right. When you read the accounts, when our ancient forefathers called upon the Lord what answered them and delivered them? All right. Those that trusted in the Lord. And when you trust in something, that you put in all your confidence, your firm belief, your reliability, and that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, who the world ignorantly and willingly calls God in Jesus Christ, is going to deliver you. All right. That's their names in ancient Hebrew. Yahweh, he is, he exists, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. All right. Yahweh Shai, he delivers, he saves his people. Matthew 1:21. All right. The Lord didn't come for everybody. John 3:16. John 3:16. These Christians are funny. But anyways, Sirach 2:10, it says, look at the generations of old and see did ever any trust in the Lord. And that's what, this lesson truly is about. With all the hell's breaking loose, and it's going to break loose, at the end of the day, we got to put our trust in the Lord, man. Speaking to myself first and foremost. When everything boils down to it, that's what it is. All right, a spiritual man is going to understand that. Okay? But the scripture says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Right, where does he hide himself? In these scriptures, which is the Lord, which is where he's going to put his trust. It reads on, and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? That's why the names is very important, man. We brought this out yesterday, Psalms 9 and 10. All right. Putting that, matter of fact, let me get it real fast. And we'll come back. Lord's will. says Psalms 9:10. It says, and I started 9. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed. Who's the oppressed? Israel, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. A refuge in the time of trouble. Right. So those that put their trust in the Lord's going to be a refuge for them in the times of trouble. Verse 10, and they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. That's why the name is very important, man. You can't just be calling the Lord anything. You have to call him by his true names. All right. That JC doesn't mean anything. It's not going to answer you. But Yahweh Shai will. All right. It says, for thou, Lord, has not forsaken them that seek thee. Going back to Sirach 2. All right. The Lord has not forsaken those that seek him. The only ones that's going to seek him, the ones that trust in what is written. So back in Sirach 2 and 11, it says, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction. And affliction is here, and it's only going to ramp up. All right. So our best bet is to trust in the Lord. Once again, something to consider in these last days. Shalom.